Hi everyone, I hope you are keeping well. We are almost there, the last week. So what I have done for this week, I have prepared a quiz, something I usually do in class at the end. In this quiz, I am trying to repeat a few things that we have done over the 10 weeks. Of course, they are usually grammatical issues, grammatical points that we have looked at during the course. I will talk you through the quiz that you know what you have to do. I know some of you love quizzes, some of you don't like them. But it's good exercises to practice what you have learned throughout the course. So first I start with tenses. I want you to decide, do you need the present simple or the past simple? Watch out for questions which you recognize, of course, because they have at the end a question mark in the sentence. And watch out for negatives, meaning no. When you say no to something, it's a negative. Usually you have not, do not. So you use the do for the questions and the negative. You have to remember that. Okay? So let's have a look at number 1. Walter, and then the verb, the action is in brackets in the base form. Go to school last week. Now we have last week. That's a giveaway. Last week is in the past. So of course you have to use the past simple of go, meaning Walter went to school last week. Let's have a look at number 2. Why you always, the action verb is sleep in front of the TV. Now watch out, that's a question. That's why you have 2 gaps. You need the do for the question. Always here is the giveaway. When you talk about things you do every day, habitual things, regularly, repetitive, you use, of course, the present simple. It's not about something you did in the past. It's about something you do regularly. Then it's a question. So, why do you always sleep in front of the TV? Present simple and question. This number 3 I'll do as well for you. It's a little bit of a tricky one because, as you can see, it's asking about next year. So you maybe would need the future. But sometimes you can also use the present simple talking about the future, because there are different ways to talk about the future. So, question, what do you need do for the question. The main verb is also do. So, what do you do next year? Of course, here it would also be correct to ask, what will you do next year? Or almost better, what will you do? So maybe what I'm going to make here now, I'm going to put will in, that you use will because it's asking about the future. But what do you do next year is not wrong. In spoken English you can ask this. You can really use the present tense talking about future. Okay, now I'm not going to do any more. I let you try yourself. Let's go to the next task. Number 2. Here I want you to decide, do you use the present simple or do you use the present continuous? Now here you also have to remember if it's the third person singular, he or she or it, or of course Sam or my sister, meaning only one person singular, you have to remember the S in the present simple form. So let's look at number 1. Sam play is the verb, the action, handball every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. It's regularly, repetitive, so yes, it's the present simple you use. Now remember, Sam, it's a he, or it could also be a girl, short for Samantha, she, but it's third person singular, so you have to put the S at the end of play. Sam plays handball every Wednesday. Let's have a look at number 2. Now, my sister, make is the action, the verb, a cake at the moment. Right now, she makes the cake. Yes, when you do something at the moment, you use the present continuous. My sister is making a cake at the moment. Remember, present continuous has 2 parts to it. The verb be, which third person singular is, and ing ending on make. So my sister is making a cake at the moment. Okay, I let you go on here. Let's have a look at number 3. Correct the mistakes of the word or words, if it's more than one, highlighted. So here you have to make correction. You have to proofread. There is something wrong with the highlighted word. Here there is more than one word highlighted. So what is wrong? I just do number 1 with you. Tom doesn't want to clean his room today. What's wrong here with wants? Yes, of course. You have the third person S in the do, which you use for the negative, doesn't, which means here for the main verb you use the basic form. So no S at the end. The correct sentence is Tom doesn't want to clean his room today. I let you try to do the rest. Here there are a few things wrong as well in that letter. Can you correct it? What is wrong? There are loads of different mistakes. There is something missing here. There are spelling mistakes. Maybe what's wrong here? There are words missing. There is something wrong with the word order in that sentence. Also here, this comma is wrong. What do you put instead of the comma? There are only 2 things listed. So, yes, of course, you have to put an and here and not a comma. That's all I am telling you for the moment. I let you do the correction. Let's have a look at number 4. Here you have totally scrambled sentences, all over the place, the words. So you have to try to put them into the correct order. Let's just look at number 1. Was today late is the very. Now, that makes no sense. think about the English sentence structure. First the subject, then the verb, then maybe place or time, or of course the verb and then the object, and then the place, then the time. Sometimes there are other little words. Now let's have a look. The subject here, yes, is the boss. The verb is. What is the boss? The boss is very late. And when? Time, today. So yes, the sentence is, the boss is very late today. Now try the other 7. Okay? Now, there it comes. Articles. Whoof! Now, you have to choose, is it A, B, C, or D that is correct. Sometimes you have 2 gaps, and then of course you have to make sure that both suggestions are correct. Okay, so let's have a look at number 1. In a welfare state, we must take care of. Now, what goes here in the gap? The old, we must take care of olds, we must take care of old, we must take care of the olds. Not so easy. If you guessed A, you are correct. In a welfare state, we must take care of the old. No S. Now let's look at one that has 2 gaps. Number 3. Apple a day keeps doctor away. Now, what goes into the gaps? There must be something. I guess it's a. And what about this one? No, it's not, of course not a. I was wrong. It's an. An apple a day keeps doctor away? No, that doesn't sound correct. Of course, if you guessed D, perfect. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Now you have a few more here to practice. And then at the very end, I have a few sentences I would like you to write using those words. Take, forget, hurry, whistle, tell, wound, scary or scared. Not this comes from the same word, but you use it in a different way. Or my favorite, fib. Make one sentence with each of these words, or if you manage, you can take 2 words and put them into one sentence. Okay? Maybe you can use whatever tense you want if you have a verb. He told me that he forgot his whistle. But of course, you can also just take one word and make one sentence with each. That may be easier. And for the last, I want you to make a few questions. One with what, one with why, where, when, how far, how much, how many. And I will send you an answer key on Thursday. But for number 6 and number 7, there will be no answer key because you will all make different sentences. So you will have to send them to me. I was lucky. I just managed to finish underneath the 15 minutes. So I don't have to make a second part. Bye bye. Enjoy.